Benny Hinn is actively trying to silence me, abusing the YouTube copyright system to try to take my YouTube content off the internet. I have contacted an attorney, and this could possibly turn into an actual lawsuit.
So here we have Mike Winger, and he may be possibly having a lawsuit on his hands by Benny Hinn for this over 4-hour deep dive study, okay? Biblical study on Benny Hinn and all of his false prophecies throughout the years that Benny Hinn has been in ministry. When Mike Winger made this video, he didn't just focus on the false prophecies of Benny Hinn throughout the years of the false healings that he did, but he focused also on the victims of these false prophecies and false healings that Benny Hinn has showboated throughout the years.
This little boy said his damaged vision was cured.
And as soon as God healed me, I could see better.
Vanden Kolk is legally blind.
He told me that everything was going to be fine, that my vision would be 20/20, if not better. So it was just like, I'm cured. And then, like I said, a couple hours later, it's just like, now I can't see the TV. What's wrong? He abused people's faiths.
She's a victim of brain cancer.
This is marvelous.
Her family has driven her hundreds of miles for the cancer to be healed tonight.
Every bit of it goes.
3 weeks later, while Benny was running and rerunning The Miracle on TV, she was still sure x-rays would show no cancer. But we were there when she went for further tests. She has not been healed.
And there was this woman who said she was cured of lung cancer.
She had cancer in the lung.
She don't have it now.
She died 2.5 months after the crusade.
What many of these false prophets don't realize is that what is done in the dark is going to come to the light. It is going to be revealed, whether it takes a day or it takes 30 years. God is going to uncover the false prophecies. When you do things for your glory, when you do things for your gain and to gain wealth, and because you have a love of money, God is not going to let it go on forever, okay? And you are doing, Benny Hinn was doing these things that could be medically verified, okay? But the thing is, now we have the World Wide Web, so it's getting easier, okay? Easier to find out who these false prophets are. But why do they all want to sue?
Of lawsuits that Benny Hinn has been involved in. He once, allegedly, right, I'll just say this, he once filed a lawsuit against a man for tweeting something that wasn't true. Tweeting. The man responded later on and said, I would have taken my tweet down if they would have just called me, contacted me, but he actually filed a lawsuit, and then the tweet was removed.
So there's a video circulating, and some idiot that calls himself a prophet, there's nothing prophetic about him, but the person himself is a fool. He's a foolish person. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid of anybody. His name Obed or something like that. Foolish guy. Foolish, stupid, foolish. Really, really good lawyers. Because a defamation lawsuit, I have the money to do it. I'm not sure you do.
I just had to throw Prophet Elias in there because his video about suing everybody that talked about his false prophecies was just ridiculous. And if these were true men of God, then they will know that there is a scripture in the Bible that even tells us that we're not supposed to sue other men and women of God. Instructs us how we're supposed to handle these types of situations. Yeah, it's in there, but they would know that if they actually studied their word. But we're going to get back to Mike Winger. He is the topic of discussion in this video. So let's get back to him. I just had to throw Prophet Lovy in there because it was a perfect example of these lawsuits that y'all throwing around for defamation and all of that. It's not defamation when it's really your character, when it's proof, when people have the proof that you've lied and you've given out false prophecies that never occurred.
I place a curse on every man and every woman that will stretch his hand against this anointing. I curse that man who dares to speak a word against this ministry.
So not only is Benny Hinn trying to curse people who have spoken against his ministry, he, with Mike Winger, in this 4-hour long, deep dive study into Benny Hinn's ministry. He tried to get the video removed, but I got to give an applause for YouTube, which sometimes YouTube fails me when it comes to this copyright infringement and all of this other stuff that goes on with YouTube, especially where the Christian community is concerned. I have to give it to YouTube for standing up for Mike Winger. And Benny was trying to get the videos taken down, but this is a little bit of what happened concerning that.
Starting off, YouTube says, hey, there was a copyright takedown request received for your YouTube video. This is in an email I got from YouTube a couple days ago. We received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your video. We believe your content is protected by fair use. That's amazing to me that they believe that. This is rare for YouTube to actually back up a creator like this. At least in my experience, it's rare. Usually they just sort of stay out of it and they let this automated system handle things. So they say, we believe you're protected. We're writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your video at this time. You have control over your video.
To God be the glory for that right there. What is done in dark is going to come to the light. All will be revealed. I just learned not too long ago with my own videos, because I've had many people to report my videos as hate speech. I had some to do copyright infringements, so on and so forth. Some of my videos, portions of them were silenced and everything. And I just learned to appeal, because the first thing that YouTube uses is an automated, like computerized review system when you post your video. And sometimes this review system, it doesn't get into the deep details. It'll hear like like a signal word or whatever, and it will automatically determine, like, yes, this is copyright infringement, or yes, this is a hate speech, or so on and so forth. And when people report that and you don't appeal it, they'll take your video down, or they'll silence a portion of your video. But once you hit appeal, then an actual human has to go in and watch the videos, and they will either deny the appeal or accept the appeal. And that's what happened to me on one of my videos. Someone had reported it. I appealed it, and the appeal was approved. So I was like, let me go back in the past and appeal some of these other videos. And definitely it may take a couple of days, sometime a week, depending on the length of the video. But the appeal was approved, and my video was put back up, or the part that was silenced, the audio was restored. So yeah, appeal, okay? But YouTube petty for this. YouTube is petty for this. They sent Mike Winger the whole conversation, okay, that they had with Benny Hinn's representative.
So here's what Benny Hinn's representative actually said. They sent to YouTube about my video. It's kind of weird. Copyright name owner, that's Benny Hinn right there. Full legal name, that's the person who's working for representing Benny Hinn. I'm not going to put that person's name up here for the sake of just them being left alone. Their title or job position is creative manager. They're not just a regular average Joe who doesn't understand the system. They're a creative manager, meaning they should know that this is a wrong, an abuse of the system.
It's so crazy that they thought this would actually work with Mike Winger. This man has over 700,000 subscribers, number one. And number two, he has videos that are very, very long and extensive. I'm talking about some videos more than 3 hours, more than 4 hours, more than 5 hours. I think one of his videos, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a 10-hour long video of deep studies that he does. So you don't think that this man has lawyers or have people on his team that will make sure that when he puts out these different videos, they're within the copyright laws, they're within the fair use laws? Like, I don't understand why they even tried this, but I'm proud of YouTube for standing up and actually abiding by the laws that we have that covers, content creators, covers, the free speech and so on and so forth.
I reached out to Benny Hinn's ministry before I made my video. Hey, do you want to offer any defense of the things I'm going to talk about? No response. I reached out to Jesus Image when they filed their false copyright claim on my video. They never responded to me, never called me back. I gave them my personal cell phone number to their office, which I never do that. No response. So far, I've had no actual contact, but they're using the system to try to silence me.
If there's repercussions, okay, if there's copyright strikes and all of this for those who have actually been or not abided by the copyright laws or the fair use laws, if there's repercussions for them, then it should also go the other way. It should be repercussions for people who are trying to report these channels and these content creators and they're reporting them falsely. There should be some repercussions. That's my opinion. I think it should be. Like, fair is fair.
What do you think should happen to Benny Hinn? Should he be defended as a man of God? Should he be put up on stage in front of people who are desperate for healing, who are dying, who go up to him looking for help? Should he be calling himself an apostle? We're still getting started. The victims of Benny Hinn have been ignored. In people who defend his ministry, you attack his victim.
It's not going to bother you no more. And we came home, we were happy. I was healed. I know I was.
A few weeks after that crusade in Worcester, Massachusetts, Belva's son died of cancer. Apparently, Belva still believed until the end. A month after our visit, she died. The cause, her doctor told us, was cancer.
This is bad stuff. Bad stuff. Unbiblical, unchristian. No other way to spin it. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure there's a lot more on Benny Hinn that I just haven't been able to tell you about. Maybe I just know a little bit of it, or maybe there just isn't enough evidence to present it to you yet. That being said, my commitment to you guys with all this stuff is I want it to continue to be public. This is why I'm making this video. I am not going to hide anything. If Benny Hinn takes me to court, it's going to be public all the way through.
So we don't know what's going to happen with that video. But of course, the good thing is YouTube has not taken it down. They have not copyright infringed it. So right now it's still up. It is over 4 hours. Go watch it, watch some here and there. This is not defamation, okay? These are public videos. They're out there, okay? And it's just so happened that Mike Winger, he had the time. He had the time, okay? So many people have been fooled by this man, okay? But the false prophets are here, false teachers, false pastors, so on and so forth are here. And God is opening up the eyes of the people if you want to see it. Okay, if you want to see it, it's right there. But if you condone it, you are just as bad. I will say that again. Search the scriptures, okay? Search the scriptures. If you condone it, you are just as bad as the ones who are doing it. So it's time to stop putting these men and women who are human on a pedestal, who are preaching against Jesus Christ, who are preaching false doctrine, the doctrine of devils, seducing spirits. It is time to stop following them and open up your eyes. Get into the Bible for yourself. Study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman who needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Because the truth is there. We all have access to it if you want the truth. God bless you.